Well, one of the things before we wrap up, we lost a legend yesterday in
We lost a
Hank
legend
Aaron.
today too,
Um,
in Larry King. So
Larry King, yeah. But the Hank Aaron one, I will tell you, as you've known, especially being my student, I've worked with hundreds, if not close to 1,000 celebrities in various shapes and forms. But the funniest thing is, the first person I ever met, the first celebrity I ever met, the first autograph I ever got was Hank Aaron, and I don't remember all the details, but I'll give you the big picture. This was back in the early 70s. I want to say it was 74, 75. So I'm not sure if it was before or after he hit the big home run. But, and this is old school, especially for people who really didn't travel before 2001. This is back in the day when my grandmother would fly from Selma, Alabama, and she'd have to fly out of either Birmingham or Atlanta. And she would fly Eastern Airlines, which is either, it doesn't exist anymore, or it's like a very small operator. And you used to be able to meet the plane at the gate. You used to be able to go right up to the gate and literally sit there and wait for your relatives, or if they were leaving, you could take them right up to the gate and hug and kiss right at the gate. And I don't know if he came in on her flight or flew out, and I'm not sure if, I don't remember that element. I just remember it was, we were at the gate, so I'm not sure if they were on the same plane or on different planes. And I'm not sure if she was coming or going, but I remember we spotted him, and I walked up right to him with a piece of paper and got an autograph, and that was my first autograph. So that was special for me. He had always been my favorite because he was my first ever celebrity I met, and I obviously at 5 years old or however old, I never knew I'd go on to work with tons of celebrities. But the other interesting thing is that I'm very good friends with the woman who is either the director or vice president of communications for Atlanta Braves. And so I reached out to her, immediately just to, give my condolences, because as with legends, same with Ernie Banks, those guys are members of the organization for life. And in many cases, they're the ones who they're still, they don't even have to hire a lot of personal staff, because those organizations provide a lot of the PR and other things because they're so identifiable with those teams. But yeah, that was a tough one for me. That was a tough one.
yeah, Hank is. Look, I grew up playing baseball. I'm a big, big, big baseball guy. We can argue the GOAT all the time, and I don't think his name gets mentioned enough. I did a deep dive after yesterday into some stats, and I saw a chart that was interesting. And in a lot of ways, not a lot of people could touch Hank, even Barry. And I think one of, if not the visually most greatest baseball player of all time, is Ken Griffey. I'm biased to the '90s, but look, growing up, Hank was a big deal. He was always a big deal, and for everything he's done and everything he's faced while continuing to do that is massive. I don't know if you've seen this about the Atlanta Braves. There's a push to, because their name is and their imagery is obviously a little bit problematic with everything going on. So there was a push to rename the team the Atlanta Hammers after Hank, and you could still kind of keep the same imagery and keep the same kind of idea, you know what I mean? But to rename it after Hank and something, get away from the problem of the Brave and that whole imagery. So I wonder if that happens.